Hi, everyone. Welcome back to 50 years of art and music going from 1900 to 1940. My name is Jordan. And today, instead of a lesson, we're going to be doing a bit of a recap. Just kind of going over everything that we've talked about today. Well, not even today, but through the past couple of days, depending on when you're watching this. There's been a lot of stuff that we've gone over, and it's important that we kind of do a quick recap of everything to make sure that we get the core ideas of everything and that we can look back to see what we really learned in a rather short amount of time. This is a lot of information to go through, so let's just have a quick recap. So starting back with our art forms, we talked about expressionism, so presenting the world solely from a single perspective, and distorting it radically for our own emotional effect in order to kind of evoke feelings and moods or ideas of our own, right? So taking our view of a situation and then painting it and shifting it to kind of fit our feelings surrounding it. For cubism, we've talked about how objects are analyzed, broken up, and remade in a really abstracted form. So instead of showing objects from a single viewpoint, we take them from a few different viewpoints and try and drawing them or painting them from a single perspective to kind of view it in a greater context. You'd be able to see more sides at once. So for surrealism, best known for the juxtaposition or the comparison of different uncommon images and themes, surrealism was best for trying to combine the dream and the real world with something that is just outside of the reach of reality, but still seems very coherent when we look at it, something that we can still understand enough to know what we're looking at. The next one, of course, would be futurism. Futurism was all about speed and technology and youth and looking to the future, right? So it was a big rejection of the past and all of those traditional art ideas held, and more of a celebration of speed and machinery. The next one we're going to be going over is Dada. Dada was probably one of the more obscure and harder to understand ones, but that was a group of artists trying to reject the logic, reason, and looks of modern capitalist society, or just modern society and the way that the world was running, and instead trying to express nonsense, irrationality, or something that doesn't make sense, and anti-wealthy and powerful protests in their works. The last one that we really covered was abstract expressionism, which was an evolution or kind of coming from surrealism. Abstract expressionism combines the emotional intensity of expressionism, right, invoking all of those emotions and trying to put that onto a painting, and the really out there and different ways of presenting our art that can be found in abstract art. Moving on to our music genres, we have covered jazz first off. So coming from ragtime, jazz was an active and a really vibrant genre that favored brass instruments and a lot of improvisational singing, the scat type of singing. And jazz is known to be the predecessor of most modern music genres today. If you think of R&B, if you think of hip-hop, if you think of rap, if you think of rock and roll, if you can think of any of it, nearly all of it, it's come from jazz. Folk, from its origins, folk music has been the music of the working class, and it's community focused. Everybody can enjoy it, and it rarely alienates or leaves anybody out. It's mostly made by people in a community for a community, so everybody can relate and understand the content that they're talking about. For traditional pop, that was coming before rock and roll. Traditional pop was referring to a lot of big band music and or post-big band music, and drew from a lot of different songs written by professional songwriters, and were often performed by somebody like a vocalist or a singer that was supported by either a big orchestra with violins and cellos or a smaller band. So in traditional pop, of course, the song is key, and even though the singer is the focal point, the style of singing does not rely on vocal improvisations. It's all about the singer, and it's all about the band. It's all about the song. So, thinking about all of that, thinking about everything that we've covered, it is a lot. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to go through. So instead of trying to cram all of that in your heads again, I had an idea to have everybody choose their favorite music genre that we've talked about, kind of music, or art form that you really enjoyed from this lesson plan book, this group of lessons, and create something that shows what you enjoy or find interesting about it. So for the toolkit, it really doesn't need much other than a phone or computer. And for our steps, we're going to be looking back through the lesson plans and find which art form or music genre we really found the most interesting. So say going through this lesson, my favorite portion of doing this was probably jazz, surrealism, and abstract expressionism. So I would choose between those and either make some sort of, I could make a video talking about why I like it, I could make a poster, I could do a PowerPoint if you like working with computers, or even just an oral presentation, something that you talk about that really talks about and explains what you love so much about the art form or the music genre. So, kind of backtracking a little bit to help you kind of think about what you want to say. What music genres and art forms did you like learning about? Which ones did you not? Which ones did you want to learn more about, and which ones didn't you like? Were there any that really rubbed you the wrong way, were too complicated for your own tastes? Or why didn't you like them? Did you just not like the type of music, or did you just not like the way that the art was presented? I really like to hear all of your opinions and comments in these presentations, kind of talking about your favorite parts and even least favorite parts if you want to include that too. So once you go from there, I really just want to see what everyone thinks, right? Whether it is a video of you talking about it, or a PowerPoint talking about like the different slides and stuff like that of what you enjoy, or if it's a poster with a lot of glitter and bubble letters, I really don't care. I just want to see what you think and what you enjoy. This is all about receiving feedback and receiving opinions from you guys. So for the group tour, be sure to show your friends and family your presentation or poster or whatever you choose of your favorite art form or music genre. Do they know much about what you're talking about? What do they think of the art or music that you're presenting? And do they agree with your opinions? Do they like it for the same reasons that you do, or do they have different reasons they enjoy it? Or on the flip side, do they have reasons they don't enjoy it? To extend your journey, feel free to explore other forms of art and music. This lesson may have been really long and full of a lot of content, but there's still a whole world of art and music out there to discover. So many different genres and subgenres and different styles from different artists, and so many things that are just out there waiting for you to discover. So try and find some other genres and art forms that you think are really cool and unique. Keep in mind, the next lesson book that we'll be going through is going to be from 1950 to 1990, so we're going to be covering the second half of the 1900s, where there will be a lot more music-heavy lesson plans and lessons in general. So to submit your work, of course, there's on social media hashtag love ArtSphere Interactive or hashtag love ASI. And then if you want to go to ASI.org or artsphereinteractive.org to show off your work, absolutely feel free. I would love to see everybody's opinions on their favorite genres or their favorite art forms. And then for further visual aids, if you want to look further into it, there is a website for super cool art techniques. There is a Pinterest page for art projects for kids and for young adults. And there's also a YouTube link leading you to some more genres and art forms that you can look into. I hope everybody had a really fun time going through this lesson plan book with me and all of these different lessons. It's a lot to take in, but I have faith that you guys would be able to absorb a lot of it and maybe learn some cool stuff that you didn't realize that about some of the art that's been around you your entire lives. It's been great being here with everybody and explaining some of the lessons, and I hope to see you in the next one.